Hey guys, what's going on? I hope everyone's doing well. So I'm back today with yet another response video. There's a lot of interesting video VC threads out at the moment, so I'm joining yet another one today. That's one which was recently created by Metal Mickey. So most of you probably need no introduction to his channel. He's got quite a few thousand subscribers now, I think nearly 3,000 actually, and he's run a lot of threads in the past which I've joined, and he, as Kim from This Is Music said, he comes up with some really interesting ideas for threads and metal tag questions, that kind of thing. So he's come up with another ingenious one this time round. The theme of this particular thread is very simple. It's just choose 10 album titles which you think are awesome or great. So I've seen loads of people's responses to these. I don't always comment, but trust me guys, I watch your videos and I've really enjoyed them, and I thought, yeah, I can't resist this one either. Now, so I didn't have to think about these too much, and I did sort of a run through to check, but I thought, no, I'm happy with my choices. But as usual, I couldn't limit myself to 10 because there's just some brilliant album titles out there. So I did something similar to Kim from This Is Music and chose some runners-up or bonus ones. So what I'm going to do is choose the runners-up first, of which there are 6, and then I'm going to choose my top 10 album titles. So as Mike said and everyone else, I'm not going to talk about the music too much because it's about album titles, but I might briefly refer to the style of the band, but I'll try not to go on too much. So without further ado, we'll get into it. So remember, there's no rhyme or reason for these, although I'll explain it a little bit, but these are 16 album titles which I think are awesome. So we will start, sorry, I've just got to refer to my notes. We will start with the 6 runners-up. Okay, so first of all, Cathedral with the Ethereal Mirror. So Cathedral, of course, psychedelic doom metal from the UK. And this album title, I've always liked it. And it's like Mike said about a certain word he likes, pandemonium. I've always liked this word ethereal because it just sounds, ethereal meaning otherworldly. It just sounds so mysterious and magical, and that definitely fits the psychedelic theme of this band. So that's my first choice for the runners-up, Cathedral with the Ethereal Mirror. Okay, up next. This next album title I think is iconic, strong. The Secrets of the Black Arts by Dark Funeral. Like, quite simplistic, but it really paints a mysterious picture in your mind. And when you couple that with this artwork with the cloaked figures and the hoods, it's just awesome. So the Secrets of the Black Arts referring to the dark arts, perhaps satanic practices, but it sets a really dark atmosphere, which suits this album well. So I think it's a simplistic but very strong and iconic title. So Secrets of the Black Arts by Dark Funeral. Okay, the next runner-up. This album needs no introduction, but I've always loved this title. Under a Funeral Moon by Dark Throne. Again, just sounds mysterious and atmospheric, and I think with black metal, I don't know, something about the word moon, like it always just sells me on an album or song. I just love that. And as it happens, not only a brilliant album title, but also a brilliant cover which matches it. As you've probably heard me say, this is my favorite Dark Throne album of all time. So Under a Funeral Moon, fantastic title for a fantastic album. Okay, so the fourth runner-up. Now this album I'm about to show, I've never actually shown it on YouTube at all because I only just received it recently, but I'm thrilled to finally have it in the collection after years of looking. That is Fimbulwinter with Servants of Sorcery. So this was a black metal release which came out in the 90s. It went out of print for a long time, but I'm not going to talk about the music today because we're talking about titles here. But yeah, I've always wanted to get hold of this, and I've just loved that album title, Servants of Sorcery. Just the alliteration with the S's, but also, again, just like ethereal, I've always loved the word sorcery, referring to magic, but it always, to me, it has kind of like dark, mysterious connotations, maybe evil. So Servants of Sorcery, brilliant, by Fimbulwinter. So I'll talk about the music in a future collection update. Okay, fifth runner-up, Sukagogoi. Now this isn't the album, this album here is called Under a Green Light, but I just thought I'd show you a cover of one of her albums to make it more, visually interesting. But yeah, the album, this one's called Under a Green Light, but the album title, which I really like, is one of her demos, which is called Ominous Forest. Like, again, Ominous Forest, it just paints a picture of a mysterious, dark atmosphere. And if you hear that album, like the opening part, it's kind of this melancholic piano mixed with atmospheric synth, and it just suits the title so well. So like, again, just like the word moon, if it's black metal or dark ambient, this is kind of dark ambient mixed with black metal, but moon or forest, I'm pretty much sold on the title, and ominous, I've always liked that word too because of the dark connotation. So yeah, Ominous Forest by Sukagogo. And last runner-up, by Medieval Demon, the Greek black metal band. The album is called Arcadian Witchcraft. So again, I'm really interested in the ancient world, and I always think about those names of the mystical ancient lands like Arcadia, and just Arcadian as an adjective. I love that word, and witchcraft, again, just sounds mysterious, obscure, and evil. And it kind of suits this cover art here. You can't really see it, the three witches on the front. It's sort of like a Macbeth scenario with the witches around the cauldron. Yeah, so these are 6 runners-up of album titles I like, and now I'm going to go into my official top 10 list. So, like Mike said as well, with my top 10, my favorite album titles tend to have longer ones. Not that they have to be long, but I think, you know, more description goes into it, and that's just the way it's turned out. So, shown my 6 runners-up, now we'll go into the top 10. These are in no particular order other than alphabetical order, just to make it easier. Okay, so first choice for my top 10 great, awesome album titles, Hexerei im Zwielicht der Finsternis by Aghast. So, of course, that is a German title. What the hell does it mean, do you ask? Well, that means witchery or sorcery in the twilight of darkness. Again, just such an atmospheric, dark title to fit this incredibly dark album of dark ambient occult music, which is very spooky, scary, and atmospheric. Yep, so that's my first choice. Okay, my next choice, I don't actually own this album, so I'm just going to read out the title, but it's by the British band Balsagoth, and that is Starfire Burning Upon the Ice-Veiled Throne of Ultima Thule. Wow, what a mouthful. But yes, that's what I love about Balsagoth. It's sort of epic fantasy metal inspired musically by black metal, but they made something of it their own. But Byron, I think he's the vocalist and the lyricist, he's just an amazing lyricist, and some of these titles he comes up with, like, yes, they're over the top and they're descriptive, but I just think that's fucking awesome. Starfire Burning Upon the Ice-Veiled Throne of Ultima Thule. And just to give you another example of the great titles he comes up with, this is a song title, but my favorite Balsagoth song title is The Dark Legion of Chaos is Unleashed at the Ensorcelled Shrine of Azura Kai. Wow, that's just so over the top, but brilliantly descriptive. Yeah, so in this case, yeah, the album title, Starfire Burning Upon the Ice-Veiled Throne of Ultima Thule. Okay, now my third choice for top 10 awesome album titles. Again, I don't own this album, but it's by the US grindcore band Brutal Truth, and that is Extreme Conditions Demand Extreme Responses. I'll never forget when I was in high school, there was another student at the school who was wearing that shirt, you know, because at my school we didn't have to wear uniforms, so, you know, metal fans, you see the t-shirts, but I always just thought that title is so iconic, and it always stuck in my mind. I thought, what a great, effective title. I don't know what it is, but it's just so memorable, and it's sort of a strong statement as well. So having said that, I'm not really the biggest grindcore fan because I think it's a bit too abrasive for my liking, for my taste, but I do like some Brutal Truth, but I think fantastic album title, Extreme Conditions Demand Extreme Responses. Okay, number 4 in my top 10 awesome album titles. By Carpathian Forest, this is Through Chasm, Caves and Titan Woods. Just another epic black metal album title. Like, again, just like the word moon or forest, when there's the word woods, I can't help myself, just love it. I like the imagery, it matches the music. This is atmospheric, melodic black metal from Norway. But yeah, Through Chasm, Caves and Titan Woods, it really reinforces that kind of black metal, especially with Nordic black metal, the connection with nature. And I think it's just so epic. It really makes you picture a certain scene. So I love that. Through Chasm, Caves and Titan Woods by Carpathian Forest. All right, how are we going for time? Not too bad. Okay, now the next one, this is an album I don't own. I used to own it, but you might recall in Trevor's thread response, I mentioned this, that I loaned the CD to someone and I never got it back. That is by the Croatian black metal band Castrum, Black Silhouette Enfolded in Sunrise. Like, again, just such an atmospheric title. It doesn't really make sense, does it? But it really paints a picture in your mind, like, you know, silhouette, darkness and a shadow enfolded in sunrise. Just trying to picture that concept, but I think it's a brilliant title for a black metal band, and they play sort of atmospheric, vampiric black metal in the vein of Cradle of Filth. But yeah, I've always just loved that. It's very descriptive and a powerful title. Black Silhouette Enfolded in Sunrise by Castrum. Okay, so choice number 5 in my top 10. By Immortal, Diabolical Full Moon Mysticism. Yep, so it's got the word moon in it, but yeah, Diabolical Full Moon Mysticism. Like mysticism, what a great word. That title is just epic, dark, mysterious, and atmospheric, and I love it. Yep, always have. Incidentally, this, as you'll know, this is also my favorite Immortal album. Great album, great title, great cover. Everything is just so consistent and cohesive. But what a title. Diabolical Full Moon Mysticism. Perfect for an atmospheric black metal band. All right. Now, my next choice. Everyone's going to say, ha, James, we knew you had to choose this. And it was also one of Mickey's choices. It's not a token selection, but Those of the Unlight by Marduk. Yes, like, of course, they are my favorite band, but this isn't a token gesture. When I was in high school, even before I heard this band, I remember seeing the posters of it and the t-shirts, and I thought, what a cool title, Those of the Unlight. Again, it just sounds so mysterious and dark. And again, matching this cover art here with the 9 Black Riders, the Nazgul, because that's what that song, Those of the Unlight, is about. It's about the Nazgul in Lord of the Rings. And I love that stuff, the 9. Yeah, fantastic album. This is my favorite Marduk album. It's perfect, but a brilliant title as well, which I was enamored with the very first time I heard it, which was when I was like 15 years old. I saw the t-shirt and I thought, Those of the Unlight with this cover, so cool. Yep, so good choice, Mickey. All right. So 2 left to go. Okay, the second last one. Oh, no, sorry, 3 left to go. So, and that would be, yep, by Mortician, Hacked Up for Barbecue. Listen to that title from brutal death metal, Hacked Up for Barbecue. You know, there is no subtlety about it. It's leaving nothing to the imagination. Explicit, direct, and to the point. And I remember when I first heard this album title, it was when I was reading Metal Hammer, the UK version, like in '97, something like that. But I saw they had short reviews, and the review of this album was really funny. It sold me on it. But like just that picture, you know, with the scene from Texas Chainsaw Massacre. But I always thought that's even more explicit than death metal albums titles from the early 90s, like Hacked Up for Barbecue. Like hacked, it's just such a strong woody word. Barbecue, I don't know, it's just it rolls off the tongue well. And I think it really encapsulates the brutality which you find in this album. So yeah, great iconic title and cover. Mortician with Hacked Up for Barbecue. All right. Number 9 then. So second last one now. Okay, so the next choice, this is by a band, I don't actually own the album. I do own other albums by them, but not this particular one. That's by the Greek black metal band Necromantia, and the title is Scarlet Evil Witch in Black. Again, I don't know why, that's a really interesting combination of words, and it's not like a, you know, typical structured sentence. It's just like a lot of description in there, like Scarlet Evil Witch in Black, but I just think, again, it rolls off the tongue nicely, and it's got this, it paints an iconic image in my mind, you know, like it's summoning, it's encapsulating the darkness that you would find in an atmospheric Greek black metal album. So yeah, Scarlet Evil Witch in Black, fantastic title, and the album cover is very good as well. And last but not least, I think this is one of my favorite album titles of all time, just because I think it's over the top, but in such a brilliant way. That is by the US black metal band Thornspawn, and the title of this album is Blood of the Holy, Taint Thy Steel. Like, yes, I remember saying this, telling someone once, and they said, oh wow, that's a really over-the-top title, but I love the word thy, as in, you know, the old form of your, but Blood of the Holy, Taint Thy Steel. It's showing a battle scene here of, you know, unholy demons or warriors fighting the Christian hordes. Picture of the band on the back with corpse paint. Yep, so this is black metal from Texas, USA, and you'll remember I did an episode called American Black Metal Gems on the band Summon. I will do one of this band soon, Thornspawn. But yeah, this is my favorite album by them, the debut, I think. But what a fantastic title, Blood of the Holy, Taint Thy Steel. Brilliant. All right, so that's it, guys. I'm keeping it short and sweet, even though this is longer than most people's. But, you know, for me, it's quite a short video. So there we had the first 6 of them were runners-up, and then finally my top 10. So yeah, mostly death and black metal, but that's just the way it goes. I like album titles which capture the imagination and which are atmospheric or make a strong impact, hence my choices. So tell me, what do you think about these bands? What do you think about these album titles? You know, let me know in the comments. Let's get some discussion going. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and thanks a lot, Mike, for putting this together. I think it's another ingenious idea, and I would love to see more threads like this. So keep them coming if you can. Yeah, so all right, guys, I'm going to be back again soon with a collection update video. I swear that's going to be the next one, relatively soon. So yeah, I'll see you then. And in the meantime, take care. Cheers.